Talk about it because I just rewatched it. First off, Abuela is the villain. I've seen a few videos about this.
Okay, Abuela is not the villain of Encanto. I'm going to talk about this from both the filmmaking perspective and the philosophical perspective. You see, villain is a very specific term. It is one who opposes the hero with nefarious intent. She compares Abuela to Jafar, and Jafar is a villain. He has malicious intent, he has an evil laugh, and a little twirly beard. He has all the makings of a villain. His intent is to do harm for his own selfish gain. However, there is another form of conflict in films, and that is an antagonist. An antagonist simply creates conflict with our protagonist, but their intent does not necessarily need to be selfish or malicious. They could in fact be someone who loves our protagonist very much, and that our protagonist loves very much. Abuela is an antagonist. In fact, go into the last 10 years of Disney movies, and the vast majority of them don't have villains, they have antagonists. Or they have a secondary villain who actually doesn't drive the plot at all. We have to be thinking about Abuela's past and the life she has been living for the last 50 years. She went from finding out the good news that she's about to raise triplets with the love of her life to running for her life. Then she loses the father of her children in a brutal attack and is made immediately the de facto leader of a village. There is nothing that implies that her and her husband were leadership in the village they lived in before the attack. But now she has to be a leader because she's the one who received the miracle that saved the villagers and made the new village. So from a very young age, she had to raise triplets on her own and lead a large group of people. Their safety and protection fell on her shoulders. And I don't think she was going to therapy in that time to deal with that trauma properly. So yes, she has insecurities and fears, and that drives her negative actions. However, those fears come from a place of love. Abuela gets a character arc and growth by the end. She needed to learn a lesson. That is why the miracle started to fade. It knew Abuela needed to learn to appreciate people even if they don't have a supernatural gift, because Maribel is going to be the new Abuela. I believe the miracle didn't give Maribel a power because she was going to become the new matriarch of the family. The house falling apart and being rebuilt by the village is a restarting of the family. For Pete's sake, they put her initial on the doorknob on the front door of the new house. Just because someone is the antagonist doesn't mean they are evil. And her apologizing is the point of the movie. What do you guys think?